Hey guys, I am sitting here in my favorite spot in the house, drinking a cup of coffee. I think I'm going to do this every morning. Call it morning coffee and marketing. What do you think? Would that have any interest for you? Let me know in the comments or shoot me a PM or whatever. Anyway, I wanted to. I got a little something that's come up today, so I can't spend a whole lot of time on the video, but I did want to make sure that I got the video in, and specifically, I wanted to talk about the knowledge gap. I'll cut right to the chase. I want to talk about the knowledge gap between you and your client, your prospect. And there is a knowledge gap. They know things that you don't know, and you know things that they don't know. And one of the biggest problems that we run into as entrepreneurs or as marketers is trying to sell, assuming knowledge that the prospect has, assuming knowledge on their part, and then trying to sell based on them already having that knowledge, or not understanding where they're at and not being able to speak their language because we don't know them. So, for example, in the roofing business, let me adjust this damn phone. I got this new iPhone, and the screen covers like the whole phone, so you can't wrap your fingers around it without tapping the screen. And of course, it's a touch screen, so anything you tap screws up. I'm really not a fan. Anyway, back in the roofing business, I was talking to some guy that we were loading some shingles onto a truck or underlayment or something. Point is that we had a bunch of stuff here, right? And there was a truck over there, and we were supposed to get the shit here onto the back of the truck over there. So I told one of the guys, "Hey, get your keys and get the keys to the truck, and let's let those dead dinosaurs do this work." Meaning the work walking between where we were at and where the truck was. And the guy looked at me like, "Huh?" And I said, "Go back the truck up." And he said, "Well, what do you mean dead dinosaurs?" Literally, "What do you mean dead dinosaurs?" And I said, "Gasoline, dude. It's made from dead dinosaurs. It's fossil fuels. It's made from dead things that, turn into petroleum in the ground." He had no idea. He had no clue when I referenced dead dinosaurs in, get the truck and let the dead dinosaurs travel this distance instead of us. Now, I was just making a joke, but had I used that metaphor to try to sell that guy something, not going to happen. Doesn't matter if he wants it. Doesn't matter if he likes it. Doesn't matter if he needs it. Doesn't matter if it's the best price going. Doesn't matter if he would love to buy it. When I use the metaphor of dead dinosaurs as a reference to petroleum products, he ain't buying it. Now, another example. I was talking to a copywriter years ago. He was a very young copywriter, and he was making a lot of money. He's a very, very, very talented copywriter. And he worked for a company that could really roll out a promo. So he was writing great promos. He was rolling them out. He was making a ton of money. And he was writing to the 55 and over market. And I said to him something about jumping a shark. And he said, "Huh?" I said, "Jump a shark, dude. Jump in a shark." "Huh?" I said, "You don't know what jump the shark means?" He said, "No." I said, "You need to go home and get on Amazon and order all the seasons of Happy Days and watch Happy Days." "Why?" It's because you're selling to people who are 55 and plus, 55 and over. They all watch Happy Days as a kid. They have reference points that you don't have. And even though you're making a ton of money and writing great copy, it'll take it to the next level if you have the same reference points, if you watch the same television that these people watched, if you read the same magazines that they read, you would have many of the same reference points. Now you combine that with the fact that you write kick-ass amazing copy, and it's going to fire to the moon. You're going to do even better. So the knowledge gap between where you're at, what you know, and what you think, oftentimes incorrectly, that your prospect knows, and the knowledge gap between what you don't know and what your prospect does know, that gap is keeping you from making sales. So what you want to do is you need to close that gap. The way you close that, the easiest way to close that gap is to educate yourself on what the prospect knows. Get into their world. You can also, once you start building a relationship with the prospect, you can create reference points and give the prospect some education, but that's only once you have a relationship, an ongoing relationship. They're getting your emails, they're getting your newsletters, they're getting your sales letters on a regular basis, they're communicating with you, or you're communicating with them somehow on a regular basis. Then you can help bring them along and give them some of the reference points for knowledge that you have. But the easiest way to close that gap is for you to educate yourself about your prospect. Go where they go, eat what they eat, watch what they watch. And I mean, this is painful sometimes because, like there's a lot of crap on TV that I really don't want to watch. But if I get a project and I'm selling to people who fall into that demographic, then I'm going to watch it, right? I'm going to watch some football. I'm going to watch some NASCAR. I'm going to watch some stupid 30-minute program. And of course, it's so easy now with Netflix and with Amazon. You just get on and you can binge watch it, and you can have it, instead of watching for 6 weeks, a half an hour a day, you can just binge watch 6 episodes of it and be done with it. So it's much nicer now with YouTube and all the tools that we have. So use those tools. Get into your prospect's mind. This is can be called the old Robert Coyer idea of entering the conversation that's going on in their head. Make sure that the knowledge gap between what you know, between what they know and what you know, make sure that you close that gap. Educate yourself. Make sure you have the same reference points. You can talk about the same things that they talk about. You have the same you've watched the same stars. You've listened to the same music. You know who's popular in their world or who was popular in their world, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Make sure that you close that knowledge gap, and you'll sell a lot more shit. Anyway, I really got to go, so I will talk to you tomorrow for Morning Coffee and Marketing.